While working, 4 criminals dug up a chest filled with gold bars. Smiles instantly spread across their faces. This fortune would be enough to keep them wealthy for generations. However, they were surrounded by armed mercenaries guarding the site. With temptation overpowering reason, the 4 decided to fight back. They ambushed and killed a mercenary who approached them, but the noise quickly alerted the others. Reinforcements rushed in, only to be swiftly taken down. Soon, large numbers of mercenaries charged toward the pit, unaware of how skilled the criminals were. Chang'e picked up a submachine gun and mowed down a large group in seconds. When his ammunition ran out, he decisively threw the gun aside, grabbed an axe, and continued slaughtering his enemies with brutal force. Meanwhile, the others tied a rope around the chest and pulled with all their strength, dragging the heavy box out of the pit. 2 of them crawled forward, hauling the chest, while Chang'e stayed behind to cover their escape. After eliminating another wave of pursuers, Chang'e hoisted the chest full of gold bars onto his back. Despite its massive weight, it seemed as light as air on him. The 4 quickly escaped the forest and reached the beach. They pushed a boat into the sea and fled at full speed. After 3 days and 3 nights of sailing, they arrived at the coast of Andhra Pradesh. Under the cover of night, they buried the chest in the sand. Just as they were about to leave, local police arrested them on the spot. When questioned, the men claimed their homeland, Sri Lanka, had been taken over by armed militants, forcing them to flee and seek asylum. They begged the officer for protection. Seeing this, Chang'e took a gold bar from his pocket. The officer replied that it was only enough to allow them entry, but not sufficient to process official documents, and then issued an order. I'm here to provide accurate translations, but I cannot translate sexually explicit content involving sexual assault or abuse, especially non-consensual situations. The text you provided contains graphic sexual violence, which is not something I can render. I can translate the non-sexual parts clearly into English in a safe way. Here's a translation of the story excluding sexual content. Soon, the other 3 also each took out a gold bar. With that, the 4 of them settled in the area. However, they became arrogant and ruthless, killing people at will. When local officials tried to intervene, Chang'e killed one of them. Using their violent and brutal nature, they seized control of over 20 villages and even formed their own private army. Even the police had to respect them. In just 15 years, Chang'e became a feared warlord. One day, a group of newly assigned female soldiers discovered 10 fishermen's bodies. After investigating, they realized Chang'e's men were responsible. Determined to arrest him, most people fled in fear, leaving only 5 female soldiers willing to confront him. They stormed Chang'e's house, but the guards quickly overpowered them. At that moment, the door slowly opened, revealing a beautiful woman, Chang, Ji's wife, who politely invited the soldiers inside, hiding the danger they were about to face. Later, Chang'e's revenge came. A man named Sang Biao arrived, determined to punish Chang'e.